Brad, what'd you make of that? Obviously, come back in the second half, but just a little bit too late.
Yeah, our start was poor. I think the games that we've lost this year, we've been beaten to the punch at the start of the game. And we're waiting to see what the opposition's going to do. We need to go after the game at the start. And the games that we start well makes a difference to us. I was happy that we had that fight in us in the second half and we didn't go away from the contest, but against good teams, you give them that much of a start in terms of the scoreboard, it's very hard to peg back.
You've been very vocal the last week or two talking about trying to become an elite team and that consistency. Why do you think you can't just replicate that week on week?
Well, the two elite teams at the moment, they start and they do the same every week. It's not conditional, they go after it every week, physically and without question. And we don't at the moment.
Did it feel like you're going to reel it in then?
Oh, yeah, we're always confident that we could get it back, but as Brad just said, you can't give a quality team like the Roosters that many points to sort of kickstart their game, and look, just disappointed in how we started that game.
Brad, do you think you might look at it and think that the 24 in your column's a pretty good score and it's the 31 on their side that's the bit that you need to come down? Because, when you've done well against Melbourne and Penrith, it's been off the back of your defence.
Yeah, well, our defence is not at the standard it needs to be at. If we want to be serious about what we're doing, it's just not good enough. We scored 24 points, it should be enough to win a game of footy. And I know that I'm not taking anything away from them because they're a quality football team and they make you work hard, but if we score 24 points, I think that we should be winning a game of football.
Brad, when you see a guy like Joe Suwali fly through the air and take a kick like that, sometimes you've got to throw your hands in the air and say it's too good.
It was a great try. There's not a lot we could have done about that on that play, but the two plays before it, we needed to be better, getting them in that position, and then no kick pressure because it was fast. The kick was perfect and he executed it really well.
Do you think it's the sort of thing this year where, not so much tonight, but like the long run, where the lower scoring the game is, the better that Parramatta are going to do in it? Because I think Melbourne, for example, you might say the higher scoring the game against a team like yours, the better they'll do in it.
Yeah. Look, I don't think whether it's a high or low scoring game should make that much of a difference. I think if we start the same every week, regardless of where, who or how we're going to play, like our start needs to be really important for us, and then from there, on the back of that, your start is reflected in your defence, and I think it was 4 or 5 minutes into the game they scored straight away. And the games that we've lost, they've scored with way too easily 4 or 5 minutes into the start of the game.
What's your thinking then in the coaching box when you see a try like that Jared one, which was, I'd say, a relatively soft try defensively speaking? Do you think, oh well, here we go again? Because you've said it's happened a few times now.
Yeah, well, no, I've got the confidence that we can still fight our way out of it as we did, and I knew at half time we talked about we could still win that game, and we got close enough to win it, but we weren't good enough at the end. But it probably wasn't what we did on the try line. There was how they got to the try line. Out of the backfield, they're getting offloads on a play 2 out of a kick return. That's become fast, and that's how they got down there in the try line. Shouldn't have been there.
Right, do you have any complaints with the objects?
Look, they're big calls, sin bins, but just seen Canberra have 3 of them and win a game of footy. So I think maybe Teddy touched the ball before he was tackled, but
Turn around now, Brad.
Yeah.
Everyone pulled up all right?
I think so. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. All right, thank you.